Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Nice fade. That still sucks. Let's go. What's going on? Hi. Hi. Welcome back. It's another episode of Jon Does. This is episode 41. I've done 41 of these episodes. Crazy, right? It's crazy. Gotta turn the mic up a little bit. Forgive me. I'm probably going to be dealing with some audio today. I will do my best, but I have a treat. I have a little bit of a treat today. But first, wilddinosaur.com, baby. It's the best place to go to support this channel. I have a merch store there that has all kinds of cool stuff, like these tote bags that I keep showing off. This one's one of my favorites. They're thick polyester. I thought they were canvas for a long time, but they're actually polyester. Super durable. These handles are real nice. You can choose the color on them. There's red, yellow, and black. T-shirts, sweatshirts, socks, stickers. Links to all my music. Go listen to some New Pants. Go listen to some Wild Dinosaur. All of that helps. Watch my music videos that I've made, and like and comment on them. Subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of stuff to do. I promise you, it's worth it though. Oh yeah, I talked about this yesterday, and I've been posting this. Oh, there's a cat behind me. Did you see that moving? There's a cat back there. He's the devil. I've been talking about what I'm going to do for scheduling for this show for a little bit now. And I talked about this yesterday. I did post on my social media this. But this is going to be the new schedule for now. I have to do this basically because I have school coming up on Monday and Tuesdays. And it's at 7 p.m. So I want to be able to give you guys shows. And so Monday, Tuesday, I'm going 5 p.m. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be at 6 p.m. And yeah, like I said, this will be the new schedule for at least the next like 14 weeks or so, 14 to 16 weeks, I think. I don't have classes for next the following quarter setup, so bear with me. I am not able to register for them until like halfway through the quarter. So I don't know what the following quarter is going to look like for me. I only have 3 classes after that. One of them is a directing actors for the screen class, and then I have 2 workshop classes. Directing workshop 2. I already took the first one, which was one of my favorite classes. I'll have the second one, and then the third and final class in my program is making a short film, and that is the third workshop class and the final class to take in the program. So 2 hefty classes there, and the directing actors class, which I originally signed up for my first quarter, but I dropped it because I was taking too many classes, and also was really intimidated. Less intimidated now, but still just ready to learn, you know. Oh, and this quarter, just another reminder, this quarter I'm taking a writing class to refine my short film, and I'm taking a film editing class, which I've been editing for like close to 10 years now, but it's always good. I mean, I have to take the class, but I'm excited about it. There's probably some new things I'll learn that I didn't learn along my path. So anyways, that's some of the house cleaning, just so you know. Monday, Tuesday, 5 p.m., Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 6 p.m. And we'll talk about this more next week, but there's a possibility I will be doing next Saturday as well, too, because D23 is going on. or will be going on Friday and Saturday, and there's going to be a lot of big news, I think. Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, Disney animation, all kinds of stuff. So I'll talk about that a little bit more next week. But for now, I think you're all here because you want to know my thoughts on She-Hulk. I'm just kidding. You're here because you want to see me play with guitar stuff, right? Well, I've been really into music. I'm in this. I go through these circular phases, right? I do film stuff. I do music stuff. I do Photoshop stuff like that. And I always go through these like circular patterns. Right now, I'm in a circular pattern of being impressed by music from the 70s. I don't know. I have a playlist that with some Can and the Slits. Their cover of "Heard It Through the Grapevine." I like it. I like it a lot. It's like a punk reggae version. Dig it quite a bit. So just listening to stuff and wanting to make more. I have a ton of stuff on the way. Starting with, there will be a final New Pants EP. Me and Pat will be putting out some new music pretty soon. And I want to redo my pedal board. I want to show you what I currently have set up for my guitar. Well, first, let me show you something. This is a picture. I posted this on Orange Amplifiers group on Facebook and Reddit. And this is a picture I took probably a year ago. And that is my guitar amp. Two of my guitars. You can see the Les Paul back here. And the Jazzmaster's missing right here. Whoops, over here. There you go. It's missing in this spot because it's plugged in over here. Because I'm going to play some stuff. I'm not doing a set or anything, but I'm going to talk about guitars and pedals for a little bit today. But this is a setup I have here. There's two pedals in this picture. There's two pedals sitting on top of the amp head. That is the Deco and the El Capistan Strymon pedals. I love Strymon pedals. They're actually located not far from me. They're in Westlake, I believe. Not too far from where I'm from. And then there's a handful of pedals here up in the back. I need to look at this picture on my phone so I can see, because when it's on screen for you guys and nice and big for you guys, it's actually super small for me the way it's set up here, but it's in my phone. And as I've stated on social media when I posted these pictures, when I'm not at home, I like to look at these just to remember what's there. But there on the left, up at the top in the mantle, there's a little orange, just right under the Jon Does logo, which I'll mute for a second. There is the MXR Phase 90. I love that pedal. I have two phaser pedals. One is very complicated and nice, and it's also a Strymon pedal. And then I have the Phase 90, and the Phase 90 just kind of sits on the board. I love it. We'll get into that as we talk about the board more. Then next to that is the Waza Delay, Boss Delay, which is on my board. And then right there in the middle, next to that is the it's the Earthquaker reverb pedal. I'm forgetting the name of it now. I don't have it here, actually. I think Pat's borrowing it. Then I have the tremolo pedal, the Boss TR. Was it TR2? Yeah, TR2. And then right behind the Jazzmaster neck, I have the MXR chorus pedal, which I love all these pedals. I've used all of these pedals, obviously, and you know, I love my pedal board. I love the pedals I own. But sometimes you just gotta mix things up a bit. Oh, sorry, Ryan. I think I missed part of your first. Does it just say about fucking time? Cause yeah, I know. uh, DM2W saw a little design right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All of these pedals are super solid pedals. I really love all of them. But loving something doesn't make it great. it just means, especially with guitar pedals, you have to work a little bit, you know. So, trying out things. I'm not going to be trying out things today. Because my pedal board is a little bit difficult to test stuff out. You have to zip tie them down. You have to zip tie the pedals down, and that becomes a pain in the ass when you're just trying to see what you want in your chain and where. But I'm going to be redoing my pedal board here shortly, and I want some of your help. I want to hear your opinions. I'll give you a picture. This will be completely full screen, so you won't see my ugly face right now. Here's my current pedal board, and right here on the far right, I have my guitar going into the Crybaby. This is the wah pedal. And then I have the that goes into the Earthquaker Hizametus distortion pedal, fuzz pedal. And then I go into the Strymon Deco, and that does like tape saturation and doubling. Is that what it's called? Yeah, there's like a volume boost to it. And then next to that is the chorus pedal, and then next to that is the phaser pedal, and then I have the Earthquaker Aqueduct pedal here at the end. This whole bottom row is before the amp. So if you're not familiar, some guitar amps have effects loops. So you plug your guitar into the handful of pedals you want. That would be this bottom row for me, including the Crybaby. And then after the amp in the effects loop, I have the top row here. Well, this big blue thing is just a power adapter or a power supply for all of these pedals here. And I do wish there was a better place to put that, so I could put maybe one more pedal up there. But then again, I'd have to figure out how to power it too, because I've used up all the power sources at this point. Yeah, there's 9. Yeah, there's 9 power spots on this Zuma. It's the Strymon Zuma. I may or may not be obsessed with Strymon pedals. Not really obsessed. I do like a handful of their pedals. Then we have the Waza delay. It's a really nice delay. And then next to that we have the El Capistan Echo. And then there at the end is the Universal Audio Golden Reverb. All right. I'm going to keep this up for a little bit while I talk about this, because there are some staples for me in my guitar pedal. I'm going to keep the Crybaby there. And I tend to use the clean channel mostly on my amp. Not to say I don't like the dirty channel. But the amp head that I use, by the way, let me go back to this guitar, this picture of my guitars and the amp. The big head that's sitting on top of the speaker cab, the orange head is a Rockerverb 50 watt, and it is a Mark III. This is probably my favorite amp that I've ever owned. I've had a few amps over the years, and the one amp that I really liked for a long time was a Princeton 65 reissue, and it had like an effects processor built into it, and I really liked it when I had it at the time. But I've grown, my ear has grown a little bit. So I had a couple of different heads. The speaker cab, the guitars are covering. The orange speaker cab, I've had for probably 10 years now. I think I bought it when I was living in Oakland. I was working at Half Price Books. But when I bought it, I bought a little lunchbox head for it. And that was it the Dark Terror or the Tiny Terror? I had I think it was the Dark Terror I had. That was a nice little amp. And it definitely did me well in certain tones, but I didn't find much versatility with the head there. Well, it's not there, but the previous head that I had was this little lunchbox. Then I upgraded at one point, and I had the OR15 orange. I like orange amps quite a bit. When I get some more space in my life, I will probably pick up. I've been interested in a Vox AC30 for a long time. I really like the 212 cabs, the two 12-inch speaker cabs. And so I just kind of stick with. I don't need anything huge, and I don't need anything, and I don't really like super small. Well, Ryan has a really cool amp that I like, little like 1 watt amp. And anyways, I do like these 212 amps quite a bit. So one day I will probably pick up an AC30 Vox, because it's, you know, something a little bit different. And I've used Fender amps in the past. One of my roommates had a Rhodes keyboard, and he was running that through, what was it? Was it a twin reverb? It was a twin reverb. That was a great sounding amp. Wouldn't mind having something like that at some point either, but I'm not here to talk about the stuff that I'm eventually gonna get. Yeah. Oh yeah. You saw it. It was in that garage. You saw it, Ryan. It was in that garage that we did a show at my house one time. There was a party, and a bunch of us played music. Ryan was there, a couple other coworkers. Yeah, and it was that sweet Fender twin reverb. It was a great amp. Sounded really good with the Rhodes. And I think he had like 1 or 2 pedals hooked up to it too. I think there might have been like a big muff and maybe a reverb. I don't remember. It's been so long now. Anyways, so I'm gonna be working on putting my pedal board together, this thing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the MXR chorus pedal. And then this is a tough one for me. Pretty much everything on the top row is something that could go. I would like to keep the L cap. I would like to keep the Waza delay. What I would like to add, though, is I do want to add the DD8, the Boss digital delay that I have. Because the Waza delay is great. It's a really solid delay pedal, but it doesn't have as much. What's the term I'm looking for here? It kind of sticks to very specific parameters, and there's not a ton of delay functions in it. And I would like to just experiment a little bit more with some different delays. So I think I'm going to be switching that out at some point. But what I want to do down here at the bottom is what I think I want to do, and I want to try this out sometime. So I'm going to get rid of this chorus pedal here. I'm going to scoot this phase 90 over to where the chorus is sitting. And I want to put my TR2, the Boss Tremolo pedal back in there, where the phase 90 is. DD8's controls aren't deep, not a feature-rich pedal. Oh yeah. No, I know. There's just like a lot more functions. There's like reverse delay. There's, of course, as everyone's favorite shimmer. You know, there's a couple more things in there than the Waza. I love the Waza. I think it's the most solid delay pedal that I've used. But I do want some more like. Okay, cards on the table. Been listening to the Slits. I heard it through the Grapevine cover, and it's reminded me how much I like certain reggae, like dub reggae and stuff. And I think I can get some. Not that I'm just trying to play reggae or anything, but different, just different kinds of delays that the Waza doesn't have. The Waza does a couple of things really well, and I just want to kind of experiment a little bit more. But okay, I'm gonna take this down. I'm gonna do a couple of things. You're gonna see my fat belly for a second. I'm gonna open up this here. Can you hear this? Oh, you probably can't because there's no volume. I gotta put the headphones on for this. I was just doing this and it was sounding fine. Huh. What's going on? There's always an issue. Oh. Of course. I was just literally playing through this. And then I hit record, and of course, nothing. There should be no problems here. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I know, Ryan. I'm sorry. Where's this problem happening? Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. You know, you work so hard to do stuff. And then it just doesn't want to do it. I don't know what the fucking problem is now. This literally was just working. Oh my god. Well, I don't want to waste anyone's time here. This is stupid. I don't know what the damn problem is. It's definitely not the guitar. Bet you can hear that through the microphone. Alright, well, son of a bitch. This is really fucking embarrassing because it seems like whenever I do this show, I can't get any of the tech stuff to work, even after fucking troubleshooting stuff. Well, I'm sorry about that. This was supposed to be a lot longer of a segment. Cool. This is fucking awesome. So I'm sure you guys don't want to hear this shit anymore because it's not doing what it's fucking supposed to. This show is really fun to do. This is a really fun show to do. However, I sometimes just wish I had somebody literally physically in the room to help me with some of this stuff. Not that I'm dumb. I set all this stuff up. It worked 5 minutes ago. Not 5 minutes ago, because I was just starting the show. But, you know, right before the show was on, I was playing guitar through this. Cool. Fantastic. Thanks, Streamlabs. I'm almost positive it's like Streamlabs. Well, son of a bitch. Super embarrassed. Even the cat back here hates me. Shut up with that noise. Okie doke. Cool. Well, I quit. Commercial break. Have you been feeling low? And has work been breathing down your neck? And you hate it when your friends touch you? Try ecstasy. Sweat the demons out and dance your pants off.
I know it works because I'm on it right now.
May cause sweatiness, dry mouth, and erections. Do not buy ecstasy as it is still federally illegal and Dr. Hiram Singh is not an accredited doctor.
I'm Richard from Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities, and I give these stickers away at every pet wedding. The kids love them too. This bag from, what's his name? Wild Dinosaur? Weren't they all wild? What an oxymoron. Anyways, I like to put my special things in this bag. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is my spirit animal.
Life gave me lemons, so I sold them for this sweet baseball tee. Cool, go to my store, buy my shit. I don't know if you realize how deflated I feel. This is really fucking embarrassing and really frustrating. I've been trying to get this shit together for months. I've done 40 episodes and I've tried to get this shit together. And every time, there's always fucking something going on. And I mean, it's not like I'm like the greatest guitar player in the world or anything, but I'm just trying to fucking have segments. And the first problem here was I had, this wasn't a today thing. This was like a month ago. I was trying to do this like a while ago. And Streamlabs will only, for some reason, read the first two channels of my audio mixer, and I have more than two channels that I need it to read. If I want to do live sets, I need two ins for the drum machine, maybe one for the synth, maybe one for bass or guitar, and vocals if I'm doing that. And I had to unplug my second microphone just to get the guitar working. Cool, this wasn't supposed to be like me bitching about tech stuff, but this is the story of my fucking life. This is what I deal with all the time. It's just like, it works and then it doesn't when I need it to. Fucking Adobe. God damn. Streamlabs is becoming my new Adobe. The night before I left for Washington, D.C., Pat and Ryan and I tried doing a Zoom call for about an hour to try to test Zoom calls for the show. And same issue. Couldn't get a third channel of audio in. And I've looked as much. There's one more video I need to watch that I've had saved for a while. I put off tech stuff while I was gone just because I didn't want to be screaming at a computer in front of my 5-year-old nephew for his birthday. So I hope this is a super entertaining episode for you guys. My God, I am so irritated with this. I mean, this is why my shows have been this way. This is why I feel like my shows have not been that well done, because I get left with the last thing I can do is just talk about movies and TV, which I like talking about movies and TV, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to do that every day. There's not always TV shows or movies that I want to watch and talk about, and there's not always news. But I also do more than that too. I make films, I make music, I do all kinds of art, and I want to like talk to people about this shit, and I want to have good conversations. But like my life gets hindered by this. Of just like, I can't get something to work, and this shouldn't be this difficult. This really shouldn't be this difficult. This is really frustrating. So sorry I didn't get to perform for you, didn't get to dance around for you. I would have liked to at least made some sounds. And nothing. But anyways, the idea, I think I told you I was gonna switch out the chorus pedal and probably that golden reverb pedal for now. Alright, well, I'm mad, and I quite honestly, for the time being, I just don't really feel like trying to fucking troubleshoot this, because I have so many things I need to be doing that when I figure something out and it should work and it's not working, I don't have the fucking patience for this right now in my life. I might need to see a therapist. Or I might just need to smoke more weed. One of the two. Anywho, this was fucking great. I'm killing this whole show. I'm surprised that it's not #1 podcast in the world. Like, fuck you, Joe Rogan. Why isn't my show this complete shit show, this complete mess of a fucking live stream? Yeah, I'm cussing a lot. I apologize if there's kids watching, but I can't really contain it when I'm dealing with this kind of stuff over and over again. I have a lot of patience in my life, but I think it's starting to wear thin. Oh my God. Why? This is so dumb. All right. Well, let's try to move on. Let's try to move on to something a little more tangible, I guess. Do She-Hulk. this show's okay. I enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I'm not gonna do spoiler talk on it. I'm just gonna do a little. Well, you know what? I don't know. There'll be a couple of spoilers, I guess. I'm in a fuck it mood right now. I worked on this for like hours today. I did. And it shouldn't even take hours. This should be plug and play. It's hard to ditch this feeling right now. Anyways, She-Hulk. This was a weaker episode than the first 2. Jason had commented, and I'm sorry I didn't comment back recently. Oh, no worries, Jason. I just was really pissed off because I'd set my guitar up and it was working to be able to play some music live, and you press play and it just doesn't work all of a sudden. So I was just bitching about the fact that I hate life right now. I worked for a while today trying to get the audio working from my guitar amp through the audio interface. Man, I'm pissed. I'm legit pissed today. This is me frustrated pissed. Not like they repealed Roe v. Wade pissed, but this is my frustrated pissed. Anyways, excuse me. Yeah, sorry I didn't comment back, Jason, on your comments the other day on She-Hulk. I've been feeling the first couple episodes, but this 3rd episode just wasn't very good. I didn't care for it much. They brought in at the end another comic team, the Wrecking Crew. They were lackluster. I didn't think they were very well done. I do like Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk. I think she's a really good actor, and I think she does completely carry this show so far. And they have set up. The last episode, she is defending Emil Blonsky, who is the Abomination. It's Tim Roth who is the Abomination in the Edward Norton Hulk, because Edward Norton Hulk is technically the Hulk that we have currently. They just recast, So anyways, Tim Roth is back as Emil Blonsky. I like Tim Roth. He's a good actor. And I think weirdly he doesn't have a lot to do in these episodes, but he weirdly, like, his lines, I like his delivery. I don't know. I've been feeling his portrayal of not really Abomination. We only see him once, and they did a shot in Shang-Chi where Wong was fighting Abomination. Actually, all of that plays into this episode, it was kind of weird. I like Wong. He's a good addition to the MCU. But yeah, I don't know. She-Hulk, it's okay. I don't know. This is gonna be, I think, a week of the villain of the week type show. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna keep watching it just because I'm a shill for Disney. Not really. I wish they paid me. I'll shill it up for the money. I don't care. But I genuinely have liked the first 2 episodes, but this one I do feel is like a dip in the writing a bit. One other standout actor in this is Josh Segura. I forget his name, the character name, but he works at the law firm, and he was on Arrow. He played Adrian Chase. Actually, he played What? Why am I forgetting the character's name? He's the sidekick in Peacemaker. He's the like funny sidekick in Peacemaker now. I'm totally forgetting the character name. All the great actors, actresses, great history, shitty writing. Yeah, I mean, I thought this episode's writing was probably the worst of all of them. There was just really weak comedy stuff. There's a guy, Christian Harloff, that I do appreciate his take on things, and there's some of the comedy in Marvel, not just She-Hulk, but like Thor and some of this other stuff that he's been kind of down on, and I haven't been so down on it as much. But I'm also starting to jump on board of like, I don't know that I like MCU comedy very much. I liked the first Guardians, the first Guardians of the Galaxy. It was funny and quirky, and it really it fit the Chris Pratt that we knew at the time. You know, post Parks and Rec, just like kind of funny guy, and shoot, I just. That kind of stuff works. And I mean, you can have the funny one-liners in movies, like what was it? Is it an Endgame? Yeah, it's an Endgame. Where Captain America has to fight himself, and he like knocks himself out, and he looks down and he's like, that is America's ass. Like that's funny to me. They're like quick little one-liners, but they're just kind of going for it now, and I'm worried about throwing too much of this humor in there. I think it has to work where it needs to work, but I don't think we need to overdo it. But at the same time, like this is Ally McBeal essentially, like sitcom style sitcom, you know, and it's clearly not particularly geared towards my demographic or me, but me specifically. Yeah, I don't know. Of course, I still am under the curse. My curse is not lifted. I was saying yesterday, I can see myself maybe within the next 2 phases of Marvel starting to wane a bit more. And this might be the first sign for me. Yeah. But with no character, just accept what's given to you. Yeah, I do wish they would. I mean, honestly, I think Tatiana Maslany as an actress is doing the work of where the writing should be in some instances for sure. She's carrying thin scripts, thin dialogue at times. I mean, there's some funny parts in this, but oh man. I wasn't really expecting it, but they had a Megan Thee Stallion cameo in it, and it kind of threw me off, to be honest. I didn't really laugh at the post-credit scene too. It was just them two together, and they're like dancing and stuff, and I don't know. It was like kind of cute, but not like a post-credit worthy scene, in my opinion. I'm done talking about She-Hulk. They're quick episodes. I mean, I passed out last night and I woke up at like 1 a.m. and was like, oh, it's on. I'll watch it. And then, you know, I was in that groggy phase, like, oh. But I still felt like the episode was over quick. I'm not fully caught up yet, but I think I'm enjoying Harley Quinn, the animated series, a bit more. And that got renewed for a 4th season, so that's great. Man, that show's silly. It's just silly DC animated show, not for kids really. It's pretty violent and there's cussing and some weird shit that goes on, but I do find that humor a little bit more for me, I guess, than what I've been getting in She-Hulk. And I gotta say, like, you guys heard me saying great stuff about it at first, but I've like, episode 3 here was a pretty sharp decline for me. What's next? House of the Dragon. So, we didn't really get into this last week. I like this episode. These epic fantasies, for me, I do think take time to establish themselves. I think the first episode of House of the Dragon was pretty well done with establishing, like, where we are, who we're dealing with, what the story arcs are looking like, stuff like that, to begin with. So I liked episode 2 as well. Let's see. I'm trying to remember everything that happened. It was a long day on Sunday. I spent like 4 or 5 hours with 5-year-olds at a 5-year-old's birthday party, and then went and had a large Mexican dinner, and then did a late night stroll through was that the Jefferson Memorial? I think we went to the Jefferson Memorial that night, and then got back to our hotel at like 11 at night. And then and then proceeded to watch House of the Dragon. There's some big things happening. Alliances are being forged or broken. Things are happening with various characters. Don't want to get too much into the story of the episode yet, just because, I don't know, I think as the season gets on, I'm going to have more and more to talk about. Again, I'm still kind of pissed off about the whole guitar thing, so I'm sorry that I'm just kind of speeding through this. But there is one big thing here that I wanted to bring up about House of the Dragon. This dropped today. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. House of the Dragon's shakeup. Co-showrunner Miguel Sapochnik leaving hit series. This is an exclusive today. I'm just gonna read the first two. The first 3. I'll read the first 3 paragraphs here. It just gives all of the information we need. There's a big shakeup inside House of the Dragon. The HBO fantasy drama's co-runner and director Miguel Sapochnik is stepping down from the freshly launched hit series. Sources say Sapochnik is exiting the show after pouring an exhausting 3 years of effort into the Game of Thrones prequel. Dragon's co-creator Ryan Condal will now serve as the show's sole showrunner and continue to work closely with co-creator George R.R. Martin. Sapochnik has also entered into a first-look deal with HBO to develop new projects and will remain as an executive producer for the duration of the series. The production has hired another acclaimed Thrones veteran, Alan Taylor, to serve as an executive producer and to direct multiple episodes in Season 2. I would say I'm fairly indifferent to this news, except for I don't remember exactly all the episodes that Miguel Sapochnik did, but he directed some. I think he did Battle of the Bastards, which is one of my favorite episodes of television. He has done some of the bigger episodes in the later seasons of Game of Thrones, and of course is co-showrunner on House of the Dragon. I like his style. I think he's great, and I think he works well in this world. And I mean, I guess we still have the rest of this first season to see how things shake out for him. And of course, he's going to be an executive producer still. Alan Taylor stepping into the role is interesting because he's done some great episodes too. I think he did the Battle of Blackwater Bay in season 2 of Game of Thrones. And he also did Thor: The Dark World. He did the second Thor movie, which I was excited about because I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to get more Asgard. We're going to get a Game of Thrones director doing it, and there was some cool visuals. That's about it. No, Alan Taylor is a good director, and it'll be interesting to have his input in season 2. I don't know where this show's going. I know they have an end game. This show has already done time jumps, and there's going to be more in this season. I mean, the main actors so far, not all of them, but the younger ones, Alicent Hightower and Rhaenyra Rhaegar. Rhaegar. That would be an interesting name. Rhaenyra, Alicent Hightower, and the 2 Corlys kids, who they haven't shown much of. All of them are getting recast because they're doing such a time jump that they're going to be a lot old. Not a lot older, but significantly older, from like their teens to their 20s or 30s. So I don't know what episode that's going to happen in. It's definitely happening this season. And so we'll see how far they go with the current cast that we have. And the other thing that I'm curious about is the Targaryen Civil War, which is what we're setting up right now, what we've been watching getting set up, only lasts 2 to 3 years in the what we know from the source material. Source material being a blend of Game of Thrones and I think the book's called Fire and Blood. This is something that kind of irritates me. I've been hearing, well, George R. R. Martin wasn't available or wasn't asked back for the last couple of seasons of Game of Thrones. No, he needed to not be a part of those last seasons of Game of Thrones. Why? Because he's still writing Game of Thrones, and people have been asking him to finish it for 20 years. The first book came out in 93. People have been wanting to know since 93 what's going on. And, sorry, I said 20 years. That's like 30 years. Also, he had 2 other projects on top of writing Game of Thrones. One of them being Fire and Blood, which is a Targaryen history book, which is where most of the source material for House of the Dragon comes from. And on top of that, he was the writer for Elden Ring. So, I mean, I don't want to... I really don't... I don't take the whole, like, well, he wasn't a part of those last seasons. Yeah, because he didn't want... Not that he didn't want to be, but, like, he has work to do. It's not his job to write the show. It's his job to write the books. So, anyways, I'm liking House of the Dragon quite a bit. It is, very the world of Westeros is back. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Sorry, sex, drugs, and dragons. That's what's up. And we finally got a little bit of a tidbit of a potential big villain coming to the show, so that's exciting. I'm very much looking forward to the next episode tonight, or sorry, not tonight, Sunday night. But the last thing I want to talk about, and I don't have a graphic for this. You might not be watching this episode right now, because Amazon just dropped at 6 p.m. the Lord of the Rings Ring of Power series, and there's 2 episodes that they start with, that they dropped. I'm going to be getting off the stream shortly so I can go watch it. And I know there's some early reviews out. My understanding from some of the reviews that I've heard from, who did I hear? John Campea was one. Was Christian another one? There was a couple of people that I've listened to, or some early reactions. There was a couple of written ones too. I saw an article I don't remember who wrote it or what trade it was from, but it was one of the big ones. It was probably, it might have been Hollywood Reporter actually, and they used the word catastrophe in it, and I just don't, I have a hard time thinking that this is going to be a catastrophe, but I do understand that the first episode is slow. I'll give a little bit more of a review tomorrow, from my opinion, when I end up watching this here in the next 10 minutes probably. But yeah, I've heard it starts a little slow, and I don't know. Not everything starts off great, you know. I think that the visuals look really good. The actors look really good in the Rings of Power, but we'll see what their character motivations are and story arcs look like. So, dang. Sorry. Had a bat in the cave. Bat's trying to get out. Yep. They're getting out. It's nighttime. Bats are flying around. Sorry, I just had to pick my nose, basically. So, yeah, I will give you a little bit more of a review of what I think about Lord of the Rings tomorrow. But again, the early review so far is episode 1's really slow. And the only person that I heard talk about both episodes was John Campia. Giovanni Campia. And he had gone to, because they released it in theaters. They did some special viewings in theaters, and he went to one of the theaters to watch it, and he was saying he considered leaving after the first episode, but stayed for the second one and was glad because it's probably a good thing that they released both episodes at once, because oh man, this fan bases these days, not just Tolkien or Star Wars or Marvel or whatever, there's just been so many people you know, talking about this is gonna be the worst show ever and things like that, and just I don't care. But I do think that sometimes it takes a little bit of time. It is definitely on the show to try to hook you and get captivated, but I don't know. I will usually give a show three to 5 episodes, and if I'm not feeling it, then I'm out. So I guess let's see. Final recap on everything here. I'm gonna get going. Just another reminder. I know I sent out an email, and I talked about this yesterday. Due to schooling, starting in a couple weeks for me, this is what the weekly schedule for Jon Does is gonna be. Monday and Tuesday will be at 5 p.m. because I have school at 7 p.m. on it's all over Zoom, but I will have to do the shows a little earlier just to be ready for class and everything like that. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be 6 p.m. And this will all be going. My quarter is 11 weeks long. I have 2 weeks till school start, 2 to 3 weeks till school starts, and then I don't know what the next quarter is gonna look like, but I'll have to figure that out. But I think my camera just shut down, so that's time for no, it's good. It is getting the overheat thing, but anyways, I'm gonna get going. Don't forget to check out wilddinosaur.com to support the channel. Buy some merch, buy a t-shirt, buy a sweatshirt, buy a tote bag, buy some stickers or socks, buy some stocks in Wild Dinosaur. I'm not public yet, but that, and the most important thing that I do here on this channel is not talk about all my bullshit or being mad at Adobe or tech issues or whatever. I feel the most important thing that I do here is talk about the fact that Planned Parenthood is a really important organization, and they do a lot of health care for both men and women, for both men and women. Remember that. And there is an attack on reproductive health in this country, and Planned Parenthood is basically the only line of defense against some of the nonsense out there. So I think donating to Planned Parenthood is super important, and I have a link in the description. So if you feel so inclined to donate anything to Planned Parenthood, I would really appreciate that. I know a lot of women in our lives would appreciate that, and Planned Parenthood sure as hell appreciates that. So donate to Planned Parenthood. Hey, go check out Planned Parenthood. Go get some free condoms if you need some, whatever. What else? Is that it? That is it for me today. I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. and I'll probably bitch about not being able to play guitar for you guys again. That was a really, really frustrating. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.